Hello. I don't really have anything to talk about, but yesterday I thought about why I had suicide ideation or like depression, and when it comes to like my childhood, like I didn't think I would survive longer than 18 years old. So I figured out, I think, kind of why I thought like that. So I was thinking, because of my transness and all that, it is related to transness, but like in a like a very spiritual kind of way, is that I only thought that to be able to be a masculine or like male identifying like men or whatever, right? When I was younger, I didn't know trans men exist or trans mask people exist. I only knew that trans women or like trans feminine people exist, right? So I don't know why, but when you're a kid and people have like really weird views about queer people or LGBTQ people. You just know, like certain things are just a taboo of sorts for your parents or other adults around you, right? So when I was younger, I think the only way I can be a guy was to die and reincarnate into a man. It's fucked, but it's the truth. Like, how some, because I was like watching a video or something, like, how, and then it suddenly triggered a memory or something. So, how other trans men in like America, the US, UK, they have this like Christian upbringing and Catholic upbringing or whatever. So they keep praying to God, Jesus, or Santa Claus, depending on the fucking day or the occasion, right? They keep praying that, oh, please let me be a guy the next day or be a boy the next day. And then I don't have that. The only thing I had was reincarnation. And that's fucking weird, I think. But in the Asian context, it's not that weird, where we believe in reincarnation like ever since we're so fucking young, right? But it's just not a thing that was talked about like um in the like how I realized I was trans kind of like, thing online. Stories, yeah, stories online. I just want to put that out there that sometimes when you're a kid, you're kind of smart and kind of stupid. And this, I don't know, something about spirituality is just like, huh, really makes you think how spirituality, religion is so intertwined with your life and how you perceive the world, right? Sometimes, you know that it is so intertwined, but you don't know how far, like the extent of how intertwined it is. So yeah, reincarnation, dumb. But kind of fucking cool that we have, like, I mean, like, part of being Asian or Southeast Asian is that we have really different ways of thinking about life or like the future of our life in that sense. Yeah, reincarnation to be a guy. still it's still fucking funny. Initially, I almost forget to do a podcast episode, or I didn't want to, if like, yeah. Um because I really don't have anything to say at this moment in time. But yeah, yesterday morning I did an interview with government sector thing, a job interview. I don't know. The vibes are much better, even though there's like three people um interviewing me online. It's an online video call. Yeah, it's pretty good. Vibes were way better than the other two or three interviews that I had. You know, um, I don't know. I just think probably government agencies have more like compliant with HR and other like Ministry of Manpower sort of thing. That's why like the HR always like are better than the private sectors, because like even during internship technically Singapore Expo, it's kind of part of it's like public private ish, I don't know, because it's under Temasek Holdings as well, right? So and Temasek Holdings technically a private entity, but it's so intertwined with our public sectors with their investments and stuff, right? So yeah, it the HR, the yeah, it's just way different. Like you can tell. But the only funny thing during the interview was that because there's three people, the HR was the only one that puts her webcam in like the appropriate um way, as in like you can see her entire face and half maybe her upper like her shoulders, and then the rest, the other two, the only thing I really could see was the chins. So I was talking to chins. If you think about it, it reminds me of like watching the remake of like the chin version of Carmilla, the web series on YouTube, by where I think mostly was Natasha Nigovandis who was like acting with her chin. Yeah, you can look that up. It's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, but I rather watch the actual Carmilla rather than the chin version. Yeah. Yeah, other than that, um what's going on? My cousin and her friend is moving in to my neighbor's house because they are renting there now. Initially, my cousin um, stayed in this very room that I'm recording my podcast in, like my bedroom, um, for like maybe 1 or 2 years. I could not remember which year she came to Singapore, but yeah, then she moved out with her friends. They rent the same place, and now she's essentially moving back to the same area. Kind of fun to see that. Honestly, the only fun thing that is that there's like small people to talk to, and also like my mom has someone to talk to or rent her office things. And then yeah, the fun thing was like the expectations for me was that you know she never really get to know my brother's girlfriend, and my brother's girlfriend sometimes would hang out in like one of the weekends here in our flat, and by her staying like next door she can just like hop on over and stuff. Honestly, I don't even know. I don't really talk to my brother's girlfriend. We don't have the common topics to talk about. Um yeah. So I don't expect that. But that is like so much different of an interaction with with my cousin and my other cousin's girlfriend. The other cousin is same age as me. He have a girlfriend, and apparently the girlfriend is pretty like um have good interactions with this cousin that is moving in next door, which is kind of fun. It's kind of interesting how, you know, people, humans work, relationships. It's it's fun to people watch those kind of things. Like it's like people watching but in a deeper sense rather than just like superficially people watching and imagining their lives and whatnot. At least you get to see the imagination and the expectations, and then you get to see life how it turns out. Like at least get a actual like story ending to that part. I don't know. Honestly, for jobs, right? I don't know what to do with a linguistics degree. There's not much jobs that kind of recognize linguistics degree because like it's the only one that is like offered in a local uni. It's just like dentistry, but like at least dentistry is like a health and science kind of thing, surgery type shit. That's why people, and it's like kind of a long history with that. But linguistics, not really in Singapore. People don't even know what we study, so that's kind of fun, huh? Finding jobs. So honestly, I don't really have much options when it comes to job hunting. I don't even know what to apply for. I mostly apply for admin and marketing because marketing, my diploma, I had experience in marketing some sort of ways, mostly like copy editor kind of job. So I'm trying to find copy editing jobs, which is also like really goes hand in hand with like linguistics degree, I guess, but it's hard. People normally would hire copywriter than copy editor. So that's not fun for me. And then mostly I'm more like trying to find more like healthcare government-ish type jobs because like the other the other graduate programs is only like starting next year in July, which I could not apply for. It's too fucking far away to be unemployed. I just don't know. I think after this month, then we'll see what. Maybe I should get a part time job if I don't get this job, or like any healthcare jobs, right? Healthcare customer service admin jobs. If I don't get it, then I guess I would apply for part time and then maybe wait and and apply for those like graduate program type of job like management associate or like management graduate trainee programs kind of jobs. um yeah, it's really boring in the job sector. I mean, I have skills, which is barbering, but I do not like the how it's affecting my health, like the long standing in my eye, the very focused type of like situation, and the grueling long ass work hours is really not for me. I'd rather be like my own boss when if it's barbering, you know what I mean, like more flexy. I also like if I have the capital, I probably would rent a space or something, and then like from there, and then you can cut hair. It's like booking and stuff. Cause like I realized that a lot of people still don't treat their employees well, so I'd rather not, you know. And then a lot of like barber shops right now is just like really booking based rather than like there's no walk in type of situation, so there's not much practice. That is like one of the problems with a barber industry right now is that they don't they only prioritize booking system, appointment based system rather than walk-ins, like a mixture of both. So most of the places that the barber shops are very like ulu places, like not much foot traffic, mostly cars, very far away from public transportations and other like living areas, HDBs, pretty far away. So hence the lack of foot traffic, the lack of walk-ins. So that is their main flaw, I guess. But to have foot traffic, you're essentially competing with the chain hair hair cutting places like QB House or E EC hair cutting, whatever, and like Clippers Barbershop, K Cuts, and so on and so forth, right? You're essentially competing with those big companies that have many branches. So essentially, I also get that, but like if you don't go to places that if you don't have like shops with like foot traffic, how's people gonna know? And then it's not like good for like more inexperienced barbers, not enough practice, and it is what it is. Also, the reason why I'm mostly like applying for a healthcare sector's job was because like I know that I have like certain skills that greatly helps the healthcare system. It's like a lot of people right now are unable to communicate with the elderly who speak in like different Chinese vernaculars like Cantonese, Hokkien, and Teochew. The Hakka is really out of my league, my realm of um, language skills. So that I wouldn't mention that at all. But like yeah, and then a lot of people are more like English based. So because of the education system, they're more like they only can speak English more than they can speak their other mother tongue, like Mandarin, Malay, Tamil. I think really depends on families rather than the schools situation. But yeah, I think like I don't really see a lot of like Indian people who can speak Tamil as well in a hospital. So that's also yikes, I guess. I think that's the only few things that I can contribute. I think was mainly inspired by like the 80,000, what the fuck is with this Irish accent? 80,000 hours website or like podcast. I don't really listen to their podcast, but was like recommended by a YouTuber to look into 80,000 hours the website, and then it talks about um sustainability in that sense, like you're working for maybe a non-profit or a company that have like good sustainability values or whatever the fuck, right? Ethical things that truly helps the human, like resources, the limited resources like human capital and all that. Yeah, hence I think like healthcare sector for me is the more attainable kind of thing, like attainable job prospects that actually helps the world in that sense. Maybe just a little bit of help, but a hand is still a hand, right? $1 is still a dollar, 10 cents is still 10 cents. Like it can accumulate in that sense. hence the healthcare sector. But I'm really still interested in like maybe like language related jobs, but no, like even like computational linguistics, right? Those like coding one, they're mainly focused on recruiting engineers or like computer science people still, even though but computer science, but NLP, neuro linguistic programming, yeah, those people. And yeah, there's no fighting chance at all with those computer science people because my coding is like shit. I mean, I managed to get like a or a B from like um the language with the Python coding, you know, or like wrote most of the code for the group assignment. So yeah, but I don't think I can remember all of those stuff anymore unless I need to like do a recap, a big recap in order to redo those kind of things. And then there's no way the thing about linguistics is that all the professors left, hence the lack of like continuation and like the impossibility of enrolling into like computational linguistics module at all. Bitch, he left. And then forensic linguistics, bitch, she left. Everybody just left, so it's hard to even get those modules at all. It's fucked. We're fucked. What about speech pathology? They always say that's your future career prospects, bitch. You need to get another fucking education, accreditation, accredit. You know what I mean? License, certificate for speech pathology in order to work as a speech therapist. So linguistics, uh, bachelor degree with honors is not enough. So we're fucked in that sense. A lot of people don't see the importance of humanities, like I said, in like quite a few times. So essentially, we're fucked. A lot of people look at communication degree, communications, and like what journalism more than like linguistics and English degrees. Even though I feel like we do more like research like we do more scientific research than them, to be honest. That's what I think. Journalism hardly they let's just say they don't really look into scientific research based on what I've read from, you know, the school portal, from the journal articles, their theses, you know. We can I can tell like those like communications and journalism kind of degree, like their papers were written in like so with like I wouldn't say the best references, you know, best bibliography per se. Is so it's more like oh news based or like there's no backing up, even though they do kind of like those like sociology like interview kind of research, but there's no other scientific papers to back up from how they research like things like, you know, I've been reading transgender people in Singapore, like the papers that were done, like the theses that was done, like the bachelor thesis more, and also those are group work for them, and it's just shit, absolute shit. Those can be found, like better resources, better papers are written about transgender people, but not Singapore. In the North American papers, even these like bachelor theses, as compared to whatever I've read, you know. So I don't know. Yes, maybe it's my superiority complex, maybe it's me being salty, maybe is a lot of other factors that was stated in it's because of the job hunting things. Yeah, but I mean, we're definitely better, just saying. Maybe they have some other things that they're good at, but it's definitely not research and analysis. So I don't know. The job market is fucked because people don't understand what we've learned anyways. Even though you've learned so much, but they don't recognize that because they really don't know. I guess it's up to the marketing and the promotion of the school as well. Such a niche degree, and it's also under arts degree. I don't know what communications is under. Let me do a quick Google search. Oh yeah, it's just Bachelor of Communication Studies. So wait, is it under Bachelor of Arts or is it Bachelor of Science? That is the question. I think it's just BCS and ours is BOA or something. So yeah, even business under Bachelor of Science or something. I don't know. Fuck it. Who knows? Anyways, do I have anything to recommend right now? Let me think about it. I think right now, like Thai BLs wise, I'm watching the Middleman's Love series, um, Last Twilight on GMM TV, Cooking Crush on GMM TV, The Sign by Idol Factory. I finished Lucky My Love is a Thai GL. It's kind of low budget, but I think the chemistry is pretty good. The story is meh, it's average, but you can take a look. Do I want to list them down? Nah, you can Google it yourself. Anyway, Cooking Crush is the Afghan show, and then maybe I'm waiting for Cherry Magic to be out. Is Tay News show. It's a remake on a Japanese remake, I think. Cherry Magic, and Last Twilight is like a person, athlete losing sight, and then the Middleman series is like a spin-off of the James Net James show, which is pretty triggering because there's like sexual abuse, childhood trauma, generation trauma, not generation trauma, but trauma. Yeah, that's about it. Goodbye.